Hey, what's up, everybody? You are watching on the Town with Tanya. Thank you so much for taking time to come back and watch again this week. This week, we are talking filmmaking. We are with a gentleman who him and his team has created a new, what we call it, a horror comedy. So basically, it's a ghost hunting team that travels to the world famous Clown Motel. It's a horror comedy and it's produced by Mark Cole. But with us today, please welcome writer, director Marc Morales.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you, Ann?
good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you.
You too. Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to come.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Thank,
yeah.
thank you.
Let's see. So wow, 521 Main Street. Where did you get that name, first of all? Because when I saw it, the first thing I thought it was, oh, I know Main Street. That's near the library. The library is 300 Main Street, Mount Kisco. So I'm thinking, oh, something scary happened here.
Yeah,
Explain.
it's 521 North Main Street. You got to put the north. Um,
Uh-huh.
so basically, there's a place in Tonopah, Nevada. It's called the
Uh-huh.
Clown Motel. It's a real
Okay.
place. You can Google it. You can go on Amazon and probably find like 10 movies called the Clown Motel. Some of them are shot there.
Okay.
So, but when I wrote the script for the Clown Motel,
Hmm.
there was no movie yet. So I was like, "Oh, I'm jumping on this one." But then all of a sudden, like the next year, it was the Clown Motel movie started popping up. So I'm like, I got a movie about a motel that I don't have a name for anymore. I can't use the
Right.
same name. So I'm like, oh, what's their address? So I took their
Okay.
address, which is 521 North Main Street, and we use that
Ah,
instead.
so that's how you got it. Because I was like, 521 Main Street, and that's what really drew me to the whole thing. I don't know if you know that, but that's what made me say, oh, 521 Main Street. Something must have happened here. Wow, this is great.
Oh,
So I,
that's awesome. Thank you so much because right now there's like so much debate
uh-huh.
with people going, maybe we should change the name of it. I'm like, "You're not changing the name, but like it sounds like real estate." I'm like, yeah, it's an address. And
All
I
right.
think someone told some people, he's like, well, everyone I tell, they don't
Uh-huh.
they Google and some address comes up to something. And I'm like,
Right.
well, do you tell them it's North Main Street movie, the movie? You got to put movie with it. And they're like,
Right.
no. I'm like, well, that's what happens. You add movie at the end and it goes right to
Right
the
to your
movie.
thing.
So yeah.
And it did. Yeah. So,
Yeah, so I'm
well,
happy you said that. Thank you. Okay, good. So the name
we
works.
got that out of the way, right?
Heck
So
yeah.
well, that's awesome. So, wait a minute, let me see what I have here for you. So, okay, so hi Joe, how are you? I see you out there somewhere. There you go.
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, hello Joe. We see you. So, how did you get into filmmaking?
I get into filmmaking. Well, I started off at theater. Well, like
Mhm.
I don't know if anyone. I don't know if you told people. We know each other.
I was going
We
to ask you that. Do you know? I kept saying I know Marc Morales from acting school, but I don't think that's him because he's
we
too
went to
young.
Westchester together. We both had
He's
Morton
way too
Clark. We both
young.
shared the same acting teacher.
Oh
We
my
we
God, it
performed in the
is
same
you.
improv troupe with Rich Jackson. We were
I
Los
know.
Pueblitos de Chocolate.
Shut up. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I kept saying, why is Marc Morales like that close? And I was like, what? No way. Because there was a few people in our little troop there, but I remember you the most because of your bubbly personality and that you were so like, I don't know, something about your character I just liked. But I said, nah, that's not him. He's too young because your pictures, you look too young to be the same age as me. I'm past 55, so I'm like, that's not him. He's too young. I'm
Oh,
thinking you're
thank
like a
you.
30-year-old at the time because your hair was shorter, I think, when I
Oh, a
saw you.
lot shorter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, the
So
last time I saw
wow,
you, I think I was living in Jersey. It's right before I moved to Texas. So
yes,
Rich had some
yes,
show, and you did stand up at his show.
yes. I still
Yeah,
do stand up. Yep,
yeah,
that's been like 9 years.
yeah,
Dang, that's a long
absolutely.
time. And we were together like 20 years ago.
Yeah, we were hanging out
I'm
with
really
same
telling our
T-shirt,
age here.
everything. Yeah, I don't, I'm good. I'm good
Yeah,
with it. I'm happy
you
with
look
it.
great.
It's
You
all
look
good. Thank you.
amazing. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God, that
Thank
is
you.
so. Guys, we go way
Oh,
back. I mean, with improv, it's so funny how small the world is. And I'm
yeah.
over in London right now, so I always think
Oh,
of when I
nice.
think of Edinburgh, and I think of you guys. Did you ever go with them to perform there in
No,
Edinburgh?
no, I was with like right at the beginning, I think he was starting it up. So I think it was
Uh-huh.
the two of us. I think there was
Right.
somebody else
It was
in.
Nicole, the redhead.
I don't
right?
know. I don't know. You
Yeah.
might have stayed on longer than I did.
Okay.
I left
Okay.
and I
You're an original member like me of the Los Banditos Chocolates.
chocolate. Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow,
But
that
it's
is a
because of all that. That's how I got started. So it was all
Mhm.
theater because in New York, theater came easy. It was all around us.
Yes.
So, and that's all I mean. I love movies, but
Yes.
theater was just accessible. So
Wow.
by working with Rich and you,
Mhm.
that was just a step thinking, oh, I can do this. So
Right.
what I learned from Rich was how to work the comedy club circuit. So
Right.
I remember doing a few shows with Rich where we would go, I think, to like New York Comedy Club and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, we can go in here and perform. He's like, oh yeah.
Right.
So after I had moved out of Westchester, I moved to into the city and became a singing waiter. But
I
I
remember
met a
that. I remember that.
I
The
met a
place
group
on 42nd Street, right?
on 51st and Broadway. Yeah, Ellen
Okay, yeah, tell
Stardust.
me
I'll
about
give her a
I'm
shout
in
out.
town.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's still there. It's called Stardust now. But
Yeah, sorry.
I met a group of people there. Everyone was an actor or a singer and everything else. So I
Mhm.
started writing stuff, but I didn't know what I should do with it. So I took what Rich taught us, and
Right.
I said, "Oh well, I think I can rent. I can get a comedy." So I started writing skits for everyone. I
Right.
didn't know what it was, but I got a
Right.
group of people. We got a comedy club. We bought it. What did we got? Like $100 for whatever, and then you split the door, so you got to
Right.
people in. So we started doing that a couple of times. Then we got enough money where it's like, let's rent a small theater. And we rented
Right.
a small theater, and from there we got picked up by Horse Trade Theater Group at the time, which I think they're
Wow.
still around. I think it's just called Horse Trade now, down
Mhm.
on East 4th Street
Oh, wow, in the
in New
village.
York. Yeah, in the
Mhm.
village, absolutely. And we created with them. We were basically a resident company under their wing,
Mhm.
so we just traded off. So we wanted space. We helped build stages. We did
Wow.
office time and stuff like that. And in return, we got stage time that
That's amazing.
that we didn't have to pay for, with cash because we didn't have cash.
Right.
So we got to do that for a few years, and that's
Wow.
where everything just started. And I think once I moved out of New York. I moved to California for a while. I just kept
Oh.
writing. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I
Mhm.
knew I think writing is it. I think I just love writing so much.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
in my mind, there was always film, but I would write all these plays and then we
Right.
just do plays. And then someone one day said, you don't write plays, you write movies.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
Other words, they're
So,
saying it's too long?
right. So I understood it too. I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I write that, but I don't know how to put there.
Right.
So it's once I moved to Texas, I had a screenplay, and someone I knew knew someone, and they said, "Oh, I said, Mark, he writes. Like, what does he ever write a movie?" And they're like, he just happens to have a screenplay, his only screenplay. There, it was on at that point.
Right. Wow. Do
Basically,
you remember
someone
the name of the screenplay?
it's 521 North Main Street. It's the one
Oh, this
that we
one.
made the
Oh,
movie out of.
oh,
That's
wow.
yeah, it's the only one. Yeah,
That's amazing. I always wondered what happened to you guys. I know one of Nicole was working for Geico. I actually made a call to Geico and she answered the phone and I was like, I know your voice. And she was like, what? Like, I, I know you, like you're my best friend. And like 10 years ago. And she was like, Tanya? And I was like, Nicole? And it was
Nicole.
like, that was really her. She's married now and kids. And it was like, what? Oh my
Yeah, it's
God. So
pretty
small world.
wild.
Yeah, I always wonder what happened to you. I actually went on to Upright Citizen Brigade and went there a couple of
Nice.
years. Yeah, and so I was writing sketches, doing sketches, and then the pandemic happened and kind of derailed me. I still did comedy though. I've been doing comedy 9 years. I do stand up. I still do that, and I write screenplays now too.
See,
So
that's
go
awesome.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
I'm
thing. I
I'm
just
learning the
can't stop
craft.
writing.
Yeah,
What?
I'm learning the craft. I'm
Yeah.
learning the craft. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm
hard. Just
new.
can't stop. It's like someone's like, what's it like? I'm like, well, I've never been a heroin addict, but I've read enough books and seen enough movies that I think that's me. But without the heroin, it's the writing. It's like
Right.
if I don't have it, it's like I need to do something. I got
That's
to
how
find
I
something.
feel.
What's going on? And you just start
Exactly.
writing pages of nothing. It's like maybe something will come out. I don't know.
Exactly. No, I feel the same exact way. Good. I'm so happy. This is like I can't believe. If I would have known, I would have had Rich Jackson chime in
I
because
know it's weird. I was like, what is she gonna bring Rich in?
oh
I'm
my
like, all
God,
right,
if
I
I
won't
would
say
have
anything.
known, and I the way you were talking to me was like he knows me. And I was like,
Yeah.
does he know me? And I know the name, but I didn't, there's no way I associated with my Marc Morales. There's no way.
I was
I
just telling
didn't,
my girlfriend before I came upstairs. Oh, I'm like, this is gonna be such a good and a good one. I'm like, because I know her already, so I'm like, we're from the same place and everything. And she's like,
right, right.
really? I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Yes, my comedy family, I call it.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, well, this is so awesome. So so do you remember the first film that you ever saw that maybe made you say, huh, I could do that, or I want to do that?
Did I want to do that?
Yeah. Like, isn't there something like, for me, Alfred Hitchcock inspired me.
Uh, oh, okay. So I think the first thing I ever saw, my dad sat me down one day, I swear, and he was like, "Hey," and I think it was a Sunday, and it was maybe the Sunday movie of the week on Channel 7. I don't know what Channel 5, and they had on West Side Story.
Oh,
And my dad was like, "You got to watch this." But for my dad, it was like because I guess I had to watch it because not because of the singing and dancing or that it was a great movie, but the fact
right.
that there were Puerto Rican people in it, and we were Puerto Rican, and we need to be represented, even though Rita Moreno was probably the only Puerto Rican person, real Puerto Rican person in it,
That's true.
and
That's,
with a bunch of extras. But
did you know they
that,
came to Fox Lane High School? Do you know
huh?
they performed at Fox Lane High School
Really?
years ago? 70,
Oh,
I
awesome.
want to say the 70s. Yeah, I want to say the 70s. In the 70s, yeah, they came. I remember because I was pissed because I couldn't go see it, or I didn't, because some reason I couldn't go, and one of my siblings, I think, went. Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty small world, huh? They
Exactly.
came. I forgot what they. I want to say they did a performance for us. That's what I think. That's what was told to me. Someone that went, but I can double check it. But yeah, I was like, what? I missed that. How? But that's amazing. So
So that was a
you.
turn on, but I think the first time I ever saw something, I was just like, I think I could do that. Honestly, it
Mhm.
was probably either Buffalo 66 by
Oh.
Vincent Gallo, because I'm like, oh, it's a
Mhm.
black and white, that's kind
Mhm.
of cool. Or
Mhm.
honestly, when Kevin Smith did it, it was just like, oh, oh, okay. Oh, I
Right.
mean, not saying anything bad about Kevin Smith, but it was
Right.
that, oh shit,
Right.
I could do that. I'm sorry for
Right.
cursing, but I can do
That's
something like that. And he's in Jersey. I'm in New
right.
York. I understand. I get it. He's
Right.
Even though we're not the same person, I am
Right.
from a neighborhood just like that. I know people just so I can do that. So and then also it was God, what's his name? Um oh my
Ooh.
God, I can't even forget his name. He was um Eric Bogosian, the
Mhm.
writer. I just,
Mhm.
I mean, he would write, and then I would see him do one man shows, and just his writing just tore me up. I was like, this is good. So I'm like, I want to write like that, and
Mhm.
movies like this. And
Mhm.
then Bob Fosse was always like a huge influence because Fosse did theater, Fosse did
Theater
film,
and yeah,
was just a badass. Smoked
right.
and he drank. He was a mess.
Yeah,
And Roy Schneider from Jaws, Chief Brody played him in the movie. So I was
right.
like all over that. And then Neil Simon was also wrapped in there. So that was,
Right.
those were all the influences. So I'm like, I got to try to do that, all of that stuff. But to answer your question, it was probably, West Side Story did it first. Was like, oh my God, this is, and then Kevin Smith broke it in with just like, oh, I think I can do that. I think I could.
Wow.
I don't have to write big things. It could be
Mm,
something small. It could be something simple. You know,
mm,
it's
wow.
obtainable. There it is. It's right there.
Right, and that's the thing, when you're
Right.
doing this it is attainable, and it's
Right.
taking small chunks rather than big bites.
That's
Um,
exactly it. Yeah, I just gotta think. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. And you just put your team together. Hopefully, everyone's going to be on board. That you need to be on board, and everyone. And if not, you just keep moving on. But
that's
yeah,
right.
just think it is. Like I tell people now, anything is possible. Just really anything.
That is
Just, when you sit
amazing.
there and go, I can't do that. I'm like, you can just maybe shrink it down a little bit from this
Yes,
idea to this idea, and it's
exactly.
obtainable, man.
Exactly. I even wrote my first short, which I can't believe I did. I did it for an assignment, for a Tisch assignment. But my challenge, I told you, I only wanted to write. I did not want to film. I did not care about what kind of camera and all that stuff. It wasn't until I took that class, Film Essentials, that I said, oh, okay, I see. This is a whole team process.
Hmm.
It's not just about the writing. That's just the beginning. The
Yep.
rest comes to put the dream alive. It becomes the team. And so once I learned about the team, I was like, all right, fine. But I did a 10-minute short called Family Love. I have it on Vimeo. But I know I could have did a better job, but I'm glad that I did that because now I can appreciate people like you even more.
Huh,
What
that's
about it?
it. Like we
Yeah.
did 521 North Main Street first, and we had our problems on it. It's like we never did it before. No one had film experience besides watching movies. But then after that, it was, it was like, I'll never do this again. This
Right.
sucks. You hate people. People hate you. And you're just like, freak it all, man. But a good friend of mine pulled me aside. He was like, listen, he's like, you're going to do it again. He's like, but you're going to do it better. And he's like, I recommend doing this. And he's like, you do a short film. He goes, you write it. Goes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. Knock it out. He's like, get a crew together, really,
Uh-huh.
really small budget. He goes, a
Mhm.
crew that you put together yourself. Each
Mhm.
person, you vent. He goes, and you bring them all in. He goes, and you make them that you want to make.
Right.
And he goes,
Right.
that should give you. And sure enough, we did that. We got it done in one day. It was like 26
Wow.
pages, knocked it
What?
out. 26 pages, two actors, one room. Yeah, it was 15 minutes long. It's called Lemig's Department Store. And
Oh,
two girls, yeah, it was pretty awesome. And we
oh,
knocked it out in one day, just the two girls going at it, and just like a small skeleton crew. And
uh-huh.
about then, we got it all edited out, and it's like, okay, I want to do this again. I want to keep going on.
Nice,
Like,
nice. I want to see that one day because I love seeing people's first projects, and then they're, now how they grown. We had a filmmaker on I'm in a Harlem's writers group,
uh-huh.
but it's been online because of the pandemic. Actually, it's just about to go back to in person and online both. But it's awesome. It's a group of writers who are way more established than myself, but I love it because you learn so much from them, and you start to appreciate all the little fine things.
That's it.
And
They're encouraging you. That's what we need. It's like, we send kids that when you have children, you send them out to play with other kids. Because you want the encouragement and stuff like that. Even as adults, I think we still need stuff like that. That's why if you ever go, I love skateboarding. I,
yes,
I can't do tricks. I can board. I'm not going to do any of that. But I go to the
Mhm.
park and I'll take pictures all day and video and ride my board. And,
Uh-huh.
it's just, everyone's encouraging each other. You get so jazzed up, you watch someone do a trick and you're like, I can do that. And all of a sudden, you just trying and then you do it. And then it's like, oh my God, I can do that. And I never thought I could do that before. With
Right.
filmmaking, it's the same thing with anything. You just need
Mhm.
someone there to go, you can do that. It's like, no, I can't jump that high. You can do that. You can jump and you're going to
Right.
jump. You're going to fall. You're going to do it again until you get there. And you can just
Right.
feel good.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about dusting. If it's covered with, there's not a lot of dust, and I can't see what I just did. But if there's like a lot of dust, and I run my hand across that,
Right.
I feel good. I feel energized. I feel like I did something. Bring on more
Right.
dust.
Right. Well, everybody needs that attitude for sure. So I want to show them a clip. And before we set it up, well, you set it up for us. How about that, guys? So we're going to watch a clip of 521 Main Street, and
North.
Mark is
Put the
going to set
north.
it up
Put
for
the
us.
north. Main Street.
520, 521 North Main
North.
Street.
I
Did
put the
I?
north.
Oh Lord, Tanya, really? Oh,
You put
hi.
520.
No, this grandma says hello. Hey, grandma.
My grandma? Your grandma?
My grandma.
Oh,
My
hi,
daughter's
grandma.
grandma. I call her
Hi,
mine.
grandma.
I stole her. I stole her from my daughter. Okay, so set it up for us, and then I'll play the clip.
I think you have the our trailer. So it's a 90-second trailer.
Okay.
Excelsior Studios made it. Jack Sawyer, I think Jack Sawyer. I hope so. Jack is amazing. Jack
Uh-huh.
just cut our film up and just made something that we thought we didn't have.
Okay.
And so basically, the entire it's about they're called the Entity Explorers. That's the name of the troop. They
Okay.
are a ghost hunting team, a wisecracking ghost hunting team that don't believe in ghosts. They know they're never going to find ghosts. They don't believe in
Right.
any of that. They just go to places and they just bullshit with each other. They
Okay.
just talk, 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 and talk. And this is their trailer. And you can see them go there. And then
Do
what
I need
happens while they're there? They run into some pretty creepy demon clowns with
do I need to put a
attitudes.
warning? Do I need
Huh?
to put a warning? Do I
No,
need to
there's
put a
no. I don't
warning?
think there's no warning. I think I made
Okay.
the only horror film, honestly, with no nudity.
Right. Well, I was gonna say because the stabbing scene, that's not a rating, right?
It's very. I mean, I'm gonna get
You can't see
our
it
our
like.
our, our, our marketing manager Joan, who's
Okay.
awesome. She
Okay.
she sees it as a PG-13, but there's
Okay.
like a beating scene in there that I got from Casino.
Okay.
I'm like, hey man, I don't know. She sees it as a PG-13. She's like, it's
Okay.
PG-13.
Well, heads up, guys. I might get flagged for playing this because some reason or other, Facebook or Meta seems to think that I don't know. Whenever I have the guest on my show, they don't do the homework to realize that the guest is on a show. Clearly, they gave permission for me to show the trailer. Duh. So, in case I do, just keep going back. It'll play. All right. Let's see. So, okay. Let me see if I can get it up here. Extra video file. Is it? No, it's not extra share screen. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. All right, I think I got it. I can't believe a miracle. Ready? Here we go.
We are heading to the world famous Clown Motel.
We might not find ghosts, but we do find humanity.
Dead people can't hurt you.
I'm getting some really great ideas that I think are gonna work.
Well, freaked out by the motel manager.
He's a little eccentric, but he seems harmless.
Yeah, well, they always do until you find bodies buried in the basement.
Such a wild imagination.
I saw a carved up woman with no eyeballs and a clown carrying a straight razor in the room down the hall. First, I thought it was just part of the whole clown theme experience. That was wrong.
You guys take this whole clown thing pretty seriously. What clown thing?
What do you think of my art?
Are you okay?
Seeing things and I don't know if they're real or not.
Do you think you can handle this?
What the hell's going on around here?
I don't know. Okay, I think that we need to find the others and leave this place. Like now.
You mind if I hang out here with the two of you for a little while? There's a clown in my room.
I'm not high enough.
What the hell is going on? Please let me in on this.
It's gonna be lit.
We haven't had guests in 37 years, and the first thing the two of you do is give them a coronary.
Woo, man, what are the odds of that, huh?
I don't want it. Hell yeah.
That's right. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. I got awesome cast. I really do have an awesome cast. They're
Yeah,
just really good actors. They're strong.
Yeah.
And yeah, you need strong actors. That's where it is. You just need a good team and just really badass, strong actors.
I love that. That is great. And I love that you threw comedy in it because usually you're like, but at least you're like, like when you say, can I hang out with you? Because there's some
clowns in my room.
It's like what? It's
like, it's 1970s and 80s. That's, we grew up in a time of horror, and it's like an American Werewolf in London. If you watch that, it's 80% horror, it's 20% comedy. Right. So that's what I was looking for. I'm like, that's what I like. That's what I want. Let's stick with something that's I think I can do. Right. And then if I can get this done, then we'll bounce to something else.
That is amazing. I think that is amazing. I can't wait to see it because it's awesome.
But you can see it. It's on our website actually for $5.
Right. Wait, tell me what the website is. What is it? www.
Okay, so it's www.high5andAntsProductions.com.
Ants, right?
FIVEN. So yeah, it's not five. So it's high fiven, like you do in a high five. Yeah, AntsProductions.com. So HIGHFIVEN.
Oh wait, but
High five Ants ANTS.
I got it.
Productions.com. Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Tell me. Wait a minute, not that one. Oh, wait, tell me if that's right.
High five and Ants Productions.com. Absolutely.
There you go, guys. If you want to see it, there it is. And no, thank you. Yes, I know it's my type of movie too. Yeah. So that's awesome. Now, how do you decide on the actors, and then how do you decide on the genre? Do you know what I'm saying?
Genre, like since it was my first movie, I'm like, well, can I even write a screenplay? So I'm like, all right, let's try that. Because plays I could write. I'm like, I got it down. I'm like, let's screenplay something different. So let's start with something I know. So I'm like, I love horror films. So if I'm going to spend my time and
Right.
devote all this time and everything to it, I'm like, I'm going to write something that I like. So let's try to write horror.
Okay.
So that's how I chose. What was your second?
Okay.
What was the other part of the question? I'm sorry.
And you're picking your actors.
Oh, actors. Well, from theater, it's.
Oh, there's Rich Jackson.
Is he there? Hey, he should come on.
Yeah. Wait, Rich, I might have you. Can you come on, Rich? Just type in the thing. If you type on, if you come on, if you can, I'll send you the link. Let me know.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Rich, hey. Go ahead. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's all good. That's Rich.
Our boss, our former boss was.
Yeah, that's like a mentor.
A maestro.
Exactly it. So so what was I saying? Oh yeah, choosing the actors.
Yes,
That's the most important thing. So when you did theater, you owe it. I mean, yeah. I mean, your actors have to get what you're writing. So that's it. If they don't get it, it's just going to be a terrible time. So when I look for my actors, I spend time. I do. I'll look through backstage. I'll go online, do backstage. I'll ask people, hey, you know anybody? And if they recommend people, then I'll say, oh, cool. Can I get their number, or can you give them my number? And I'll reach out to them. Then we'll start to talk. And I'll just I'll try to get a feel for people,
right?
And to make sure it's going to work out.
Okay.
And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But just because it doesn't work out personally doesn't mean it didn't work out. As in the film. Sometimes you get along with people, sometimes you don't. But as long as people are doing their job, now that's all that matters. As long as they're performing, it's all good. And that's what you want. That's what I want. That's what we got.
Right. Hold on, look at this. Hold on, look at this.
Hey!
What's up?
What's happening?
I'm doing good.
Oh my
How
God,
are you guys doing?
Oh, apparently married life agreeing with you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Look at him, Mark. He looks about 20 years younger.
I know. Someone's been getting busy. I don't know. Damn.
Where's your wife? Let's speak to her right now.
She's home. She doesn't know I'm even here.
No, how you doing, Rich?
I'm doing good. I'm watching the interview with you all. Can't wait to hear about this new movie from Mark.
I know. Can you believe it? Isn't that weird? 2 of your group members have decided to go into writing screenplays.
Yes. The Town With
It started with Rich. It all starts with Rich. Rich is our Tony Hawk. That's our Tony Hawk.
One day we'll get a reunion together one day.
There we go.
Maybe we'll do it in a film format.
That's cool.
Yeah, one day we'll get it together. But that's good. So you what are you up to, Rich? I mean, we didn't want to cut into Mark's interview.
No, go ahead. Absolutely. This is it.
Look, I'm just working. Pandemic. I stopped the group, and hopefully soon, I'll see what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, let me know if you started back. Well, I'm over here right now, but I'll be back there in the summer for a little while.
All right, cool. Well, cool. Now, I want to hear the story with Mark in this movie, and
yes,
can't wait to see this thing happen.
Okay, all right. We will chat with you again soon. And thank you for coming on just to say hi. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. And look, people, I haven't seen this movie, but if Mark wrote it, I go see it.
Thank you. Thank you, Rich.
And the link is in the chat, guys. If you want to see the movie, the link for the website to go see it is there. So it's no reason why you can't.
$5. It's not on Netflix. It's not on Amazon. So we're controlling our streaming right now.
Oh, nice.
So we have it on our website, on our own pay-per-view.
How much is it
right
to watch
now.
it? How much is it?
$5. It's like 19. It's $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you get like a bunch of your friends over the house, everyone go $5 one time. You can have 10 people in the house. You can
$5
for $20.
$5.
$5.
Let me see.
You have enough money to buy Doritos. If
go right there.
You have enough money to buy weed. There you go. Have a good time. Get some Mountain Dew.
Hold on, Tanya. How many pounds is that?
I don't know. Don't give me a line. I have no idea. I'm not good at converting. I just be like, here's the money.
We could be ripping you off. So here comes that American again. Oh yeah, thank you. No change. It's okay.
Hey, let me go. Somebody's contacting me.
Go. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
See you later, baby.
Look at that. So what a blast from the past, man. Wow.
There it is.
Oh,
That's the
oh my God.
mentor. That was our mentor.
That is
That was
amazing.
yeah.
I think of the Hannibal Lecter sketches.
Dude, what did he said Mandingo, the Mandingo.
Yes,
phone
Mandingo.
line.
Mandingo sketches. Oh my God, he was the best. He had the best.
Yeah.
Oh.
She used to beat herself with a sock, I think. Yeah, that was
Oh my God. So,
Yeah.
so back to you. Let's see, what does it say? So now with the new AI, has your creative process changed over time? You know, like, has that been, it's a blessing and a curse, I can imagine.
Right.
I personally wouldn't use it unless I absolutely had to, like maybe for a graphic or something that a human being, I'm not going to be taking away their job. That's what I try.
That's
If not,
hard, right? That's the hard thing.
yes.
Now, are we taking away? Yeah, you know, I grapple with this all the time. I'm like, right now it doesn't bother me because we're just starting out.
Right.
But you know, I have a really cool editor who's like, hey, I can do this and I can do that. And
Right.
you sit there and I think, you know, from the creative point, it's like, well, am I going to stop being creative because,
Right.
you know, or is this going to help? So I think
Right.
I think it's Tom Savini who you know, who does the makeup effects. You know, he did the makeup effects for Creep Show, for Dawn of the Dead. You know, he's an old school guy and he's got his own makeup school, but he says, you know, he teaches the practical effects like, you know, back in the day. He's like, but you
Right.
got to teach the new stuff too, the AI. He's like, if you don't, he goes, you're going to get left behind. He goes, so you
Yes.
got to keep learning.
Yes.
Got to
I
keep
guess.
learning. And I
Yeah.
mean, and the things I don't know,
Right.
how are you going to stop it from taking our jobs? I mean, we can sit. I don't know.
Well, I think you can stop it if we don't use it.
Right,
Except for now, there are cases. Let's say if you got everything done, you hired your actors, you're paying your actors, you're doing the right thing by standard, right? By union and non-union standard, right? And let's say you found there was an error or something. I don't know, I'm making that up. And there was a way to correct it with AI and save money. I don't think that's the biggest of sins if the actor's still getting the residuals in their money.
Right. Exactly.
Now,
Yeah, as long
there's
as
a
people are getting their money, that's
versus we need to do this whole thing over again. We can't find an actor, but we can make somebody look like her and generate a picture of her and do it. That's wrong.
yeah, no, yeah, you're not going to do that. No, that's definitely wrong.
Wrong,
And I'm
and
not
it's
going to
called-
take you just because I have footage of you in one movie. I'm not going to stick you in something else I got.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
That's when it's-
no, that's not cool.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not
that's
cool.
absolutely.
Plus, it's something, you know, you want to work with. I want to work with actors, and that's how you learn. That's how you. I think you improve as a person and just as a writer, as whatever. You want that contact.
Yes. Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
what
Maybe
makes
I'm just old. I don't know, but that's what I want.
No,
That's
no.
what I'm talking. I'm talking from my perspective. That's what I like. That's the way I want to work. You know, I'm not saying things are wrong. I'm not, but this is what I prefer. You know?
Absolutely. No,
Not
that's
everyone likes
absolutely
liver. Some people do like eating liver. I prefer not to eat the liver. I'm not going to say,
Right.
hey, don't eat liver just because I don't like it. But you
Right.
know, that's it. But I
How do you-
prefer let's work together.
Right. No, absolutely. And there is a way to work this out. I'm glad the union came to some agreement because a lot of people were not working. I felt so bad for a lot of actors. But I think there should have never been a freaking question about someone subbing me out for a robot or a fake image of me. There should have never been a question about that. It should have been like, no, do the right thing because actors have to eat and their window time of survival is very short. Even though today that's not true, but it's short, like a model's. It's very short.
Right.
And so they need their residuals. They need that time. And you can't be trying to steal their stuff from them. And that's what I felt was happening. They were like, oh, especially the big guys, because they got the money. So they're like, well, we don't need you. We can just hire this generator, this AI generator, and boom, we'll have the same thing effect for less money. You know, because if you add up production time on set you need at least 13 hours, right? Or a few days or 2 weeks or whatever it is. If you
Yeah.
got an AI, it's done in like 10 minutes, 20
Mhm.
minutes. It's a big difference
You're
budget
saving
wise.
so
So
much money. Yeah.
I get that, but you can't, if you're going to start cheating, just cheat from the beginning. Don't come in and hire me and then say, by the way, you'll no longer get residuals because we can make you look just like you and not be here.
Right. But at the same time, too, people got to stop watching the shit.
Exactly. That's important.
It's like, oh, why are there certain restaurants that suck? And because people go there and they eat it. It's there. Well, they should care about. Well, they don't care. So, they're just people out there. Say, I don't care what I watch. I don't care what it's all about. I just want to be entertained. I go to work. I'm tired. I want to be entertained. I don't want to think about anything else but what's on the TV or what's in the movie in front of me.
Yes.
They just don't care about it. So they'll watch whatever. And that helps kill the artists and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the good news is though, and you can tell me what your thoughts is on this, that because of modern technology, okay, social media and all these new apps, it has been a blessing for people like me who had no clue about none of it. I mean, I'm not clueless, but I'm clueless in that I always wanted to just have my own late night show. I wanted to stand up and improv, and that's it. And I write screenplays, but I never thought they'd ever come to fruition because I was just like, it's just something I do for pleasure. I like making characters. I like making new worlds. That's just what I like doing. But now somebody like me who has no experience can, if I know how to do the technical part, I can actually do a whole damn thing and not really need people. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And if I know how to promote myself, I don't even need the PR person and all that stuff. EP, the electronic press kids and the festivals and blah, 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 blah. It's so many possibilities.
Yeah, I don't understand it all. So that's why I think I try to do it grassroots. Like, we're taking the movie on tour. It's like, why are you taking the movie on tour? It's like, well, we want to take it to small theaters. So we've got like 3 theaters in Texas so far that are interested that we already booked out to. We're going to Doc's Drive-In.
Okay.
And that's coming up in Buda. We're going to the Select Theater in Mineola. Then there's a place called Movie Night in Mission, Texas. It's a video store and a diner. And they show movies. So it's like, oh my God, that's so badass. So they're like, yeah, bring your movie to us. We're like, okay, so we'll do that. So, and how are we doing this? Getting on the phones, getting on the phone. It's like,
that's what it takes. It takes
you want
grunt
us to come see us? We'll come to you and this and that.
Grunt work.
Yeah, and people are they get excited. They're like, you want to bring a movie to us? You want to show your movie in the theater? It's like, yeah, we want to just do that and just give it a shot and get it out there. Because so many people make movies nowadays, and it's like, all right, we made it. And then it's on to Netflix or it's off to Amazon. And to me, I think that's amazing. But at the same time, I look at Amazon as a huge, endless video store.
Right.
So if you stick your movie in there, it's lost. Unless you're sitting there pushing the shit out of it, promoting the shit out of it, it's lost.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I'm going to sit there and promote the shit out of my movie,
right,
I want to control it as much as possible for as long as possible. So I'm like, so what's it cost to get, a pay-per-view on a website? Can that even be done? So, you look into it and, you find out, oh my God, that's feasible. It's right there. Yeah. I can't have a gym membership for X amount of months, so I can't do this, but, because I want to pay for this, but, what do you want more?
Right.
So,
well,
that's it.
There's sacrifices to be made, and it's we have to decide. And when you're in this game early, those are many decisions you have to decide. Like, okay, instead of going to get my nails done, I got to put this money into the PR person or whoever it is. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. I get it.
Like, I'm going to the gym. I don't like going to the gym. I'm not getting big or anything like that. Why am I going to the gym? I'm going because I'm bored. All right. I might as well, if I put the money into my film, maybe one day I could have enough money to buy 10 gyms,
Yes, that's true. What advice would you offer a new filmmaker, somebody that's thinking about this?
You could do it. You can do it no matter what. You can do it. Just if you're going to make the film, if you're about to make your movie, just your team is your most important. That's your base. It's always going to start with your team, I feel. you know, your DP, your sound person. Just make sure that all on the same page, especially with your DP. You know, be prepared that things will go wrong. You just because they will. Things will definitely going to go wrong. So just be prepared for those,
Right.
And just make sure everyone has, you know, try to stay with your vision
Right.
as much as possible.
Right.
Because
You have
that's
to
the
have
thing
that.
that you know, that's the thing that got you there. So
Mhm.
that's what the goal is. You want to make that movie. And really the entire goal is, like somebody told me, is to finish. A lot of people start, but not a lot of people finish. And you know, you want to take it all the way to the end, no matter how bad it gets. You know,
Right.
just keep going and pushing through. Because
Yes.
it's like life, man. Like life will like come at you, and either you can sit down and just let it bury you, or you're gonna go, all right, it sucks right now, but you know, tomorrow is a freaking new day. I'm gonna move on.
Right.
So just believe that you can do it, and just, you know, when things get tough, just put your head down. Just keep pushing forward. And you know, make sure your team is tight. Make sure that, you know, you don't have to love each other. Just
Right.
make sure everyone's on the same page, and you
Yes.
know,
And you
just make
find the
sure that
best.
all you guys like the project. Just make sure that you
Exactly.
don't have to like each other, but you all have to like this project.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my
And
advice.
yeah, and you have to find the best people for the level that you can afford, or
Exactly.
you know, because
Yeah.
I'm watching some pros now, and I said, what is it about their team that makes them always win? You know, one of them, they just won some BAFTA awards, and they're up for an Oscar. So I was like, what makes that team so great? Well, I know what makes the team so great. They have a great team.
Mhm.
That's it. The team, everybody knows their job.
That's exactly it. Just no, you don't need to bleed into other people. You know your job. Stay in your lane. Unless
Yes.
someone's like, "Hey, I need your help." Stay in your lane. You're the
Yes.
sound person. You've been
Yes.
hired to do your sound. You have your assistant. Boom. This is the DP. The DP's been hired because they know what they're doing. This is their assistant, and so and so
Yes.
and so. You're the director. This is your gig right here. Bum, bum, bum,
Right.
bum, bum.
Right.
Now, you know, it's just like it's a team sport. It's like football, quarterback, tight end. Everyone's got their gig. Great.
Right.
Do your jobs,
Right.
and it'll all mesh together,
It'll all
and
mess
it'll
together.
work. That's what it should have. When you know, it's like any other job. It's when you got people that are like, I don't know, and blah 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 blah. That's it. Fire them. Get rid of them. You know, you don't want people to go yes, yes, yes. You know, you
Right.
want people that have ideas and stuff like that, but you don't want the get rid of them. You don't need that crap. You just need
Right.
people that get you, that are going to sit there and go, hey, you think that's a good idea? You know,
Right.
and you know, they might have some, you know, they might you want people that are also add to it. So it's almost like you're making chili. You know,
Yeah,
it's a good
exactly.
chili. What do you got to add to this chili?
Right.
Well, I
Like
think,
your
you know, yeah,
for your sound guy.
exactly.
They have to
Yeah.
know when to turn the pitch up and when to make it boom. You know, like everybody has to know their part. The
And they're
wardrobe
supposed
has
to,
to know.
yeah, and they want to get you to, you know, that's easy too. You know, sometimes you don't want them to know something before you have to tell them, because they understand. They're like, oh, you know, and I've been working with Mark long enough to know he likes it at a certain volume, you know, from the sound guy. He's like, so I'm
Right.
going to add it up to here. Mark, what do you think of that sound? Great. That's perfect. You know, like the
Right.
DP is like, you know, Mark likes, you know, this angle over here. So I might go to my DP and go, and he's like, this angle? I'm like, you got it. You know it. You know, same thing with the wardrobe person. You know, hey, Mark, I added this, you know, sequence to this because you know, you kind of dig stuff like, thank you. Thank you. I was going to come over and ask. You got it. Perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
That's
Yeah.
great. Well,
You
I'm
just
so
want
excited.
excitement. You want to have fun on set too. You know,
Yeah.
you just want people throwing ideas. At least I do. It's just fun. You know, you want to have
Yes.
fun at work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't feel like work. It should feel like my creative juices are flowing and let's go.
I don't know.
Um,
Sometimes, you know, I get tired and it gets sad, and you know, you don't want to do it anymore. You're like, fuck it all. But in the end, it's like, well, this is what I love. It's like a relationship, you know.
right.
Sometimes you love the person you're with, sometimes you hate the person you're with. But the next day you're like, I love you again. And
Yes,
that's what it is.
that's a
It's
good
not
way to
always gonna
describe
it's not always gonna be fun and games, but in the end, if you love it, you know,
it.
give your heart and soul to it.
That's it. That's
Die
it.
for
So
it.
right. So what's your favorite film out now? Do you have anything? I've been watching a couple.
Like
Have
in
you
the
seen any,
movies?
have you seen any of the new ones? I saw Zone
No.
of Interest. That was really good. Jonathan Glazer.
No. I watched
Amazing.
I watched things over and over again. I don't know,
Oh,
like, what did I yeah, I got
I usually do too, or I only watch foreign films. Well, this is a foreign film technically because it's in German. I love it though. It's about the Holocaust,
oh,
about one of the SSI officers and how they achieved their dream home right outside of Auschwitz. It's like, wait, awkward. But he does
Hey, man,
um,
this looks like a great
very
place
awkward.
for a house.
He puts you in an eerie, let's say you're like a fly on the wall in an eerie scenario of what was going on the other side of the wall, and it's eerie. But what I like about him is that he didn't visually traumatize us like most Holocaust movies do. They don't mean to, but they do because they have to
Right,
tell the story.
right.
This one does an auditory, let's say, an auditory. What do you call this? Soundtrack in your head that you will never forget. When you leave the theater, you know what you need to do, and you know your mission, and you understand why it's important to not sit idle in the
Gotcha.
infrastructure. Yeah, so I tell anybody, go watch it. Go watch it.
Oh, that sounds
It
awesome.
does
Alright.
not do usual at all. It's not usual at all.
I watched The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 the other day, the original one
I love
with
it. That was
Robert
good.
Shaw and
Oh,
Ben Stiller's dad and who
good,
else was that?
good.
God, Walter Matthau. Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then I watched the new one with Denzel and John Travolta, and I love
good.
Denzel Washington in it, but John Travolta, mm, I did not, no, I did not like his performance, but Denzel was
No,
really good. But
mm.
I like
Was
the
always
original
good.
one better. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Who's your
Robert Shaw
favorite?
was cool.
Robert Shaw. What's
Robert
your
Shaw.
favorite movie ever? Your favorite movie ever?
It all
You have
depends, but
mm,
okay, so if I had to be on a desert island
yeah,
with
two movies,
one
two your
movie
favorite. Yeah,
or
two.
two, so
You have
I'm
two.
gonna definitely gonna take Serpico,
Okay. Yeah, I love
and
Serpico.
then because I'm only two on the desert island, then I'm gonna take the Goonies because that's fun.
Oh, The Goonies. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take It's a Wonderful Life. And what else would I take? Oh, that's a hard one. Because I'm an Alfred Hitchcock fan, so anything of his, I'm in. And then somebody else that I liked. Dang, there's so many. I'm a Quentin Tarantino fan only because of the style of that he does. And
We
when he did the one in the bar where everybody turned to vampires, from
yeah,
Dusk to Dawn.
from Dust to Dawn.
That was like, whoa. Wasn't it Quentin Tarantino, right? It was. I said it
That's
right.
he shares that Robert Rodriguez.
You might be right. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he does. He
Somebody
does. He
correct
shares
me
it.
in
It was
advance.
Quentin. No, it's Quentin and Robert. They both directed that movie. Robert Rodriguez. They both did it.
So Quentin had nothing to do with it?
No, they both directed it.
Oh, because I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
how
it's a dual
embarrassing.
director. Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino both did that movie.
Okay, well, that movie for me, that's the one because I liked in my head I write horror, and so this the first movie ever that I did not predict that bar would turn into what it turned into. I usually always predict the movie, always, hands down. But that one, I was like, we going to Vampire Land? Oh, okay. So
See
I
that?
was
Yeah.
I was nicely
Oh,
surprised.
oh, here,
Yeah.
I didn't give any credit to this movie. Because you asked me earlier, what movies inspired you. I left out Boys in the Hood.
Oh,
I saw
that's
Boys.
another one.
That was
Yes.
really. I think that was that kind of pushed me. I was working at the Elmsford Dinner Theater.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you remember that. It was in Elmsford, New
Yes.
York.
Oh my gosh.
I was like a techie there, and it was a Sunday, and we would get a break between the um the matinee and the evening show. So I went down. What movie theater was that? It was like the multiplex, but Sawmill
Multiplex.
Multiplex.
Yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and I like
that-
drove down there, and I'm like, all right, what's playing? I got X amount of time, and there was like Boys in the Hood. I'm like, what is this? And I went in, and I'm like, oh, that was beautiful. That was
that
it.
you are absolutely correct. It
Yeah.
does not get enough. John Singleton does not get enough credit for that movie because of one thing. It was the first time in my eyes that we went into a hood
Mhm.
of Compton and really saw what we had been hearing about all these shootings and why are they
Mhm.
shooting each other? Why are they killing each other? And we honed in on those boys' lives. And it told a story that pretty much can tell the story of anyone in inner city gang in that lifestyle without how do you say it? So you can stop the, can you stop the judgment? I want to say you can stop the judgment and start the understanding.
Yep.
And then you can start, how can I help?
Help.
And it's so simple. Create jobs in the neighborhood. It's so
Yeah.
simple. Make sure that education is being properly given fairly across the board. That's like, so that movie, you're absolutely right, was the first one, in my opinion, that actually, I mean, what's his name? Ice Cube, he killed it in that.
He did kill it. He was
What's his
very good in
name?
that.
Cuba Jr.
Junior.
I mean, they killed it. They killed it because it's just, Doughboy is somebody that, I mean, I used to work as a drug counselor and I've worked with gangs before. I've worked with kids in all modalities, you name it, done it. And so I knew some of those kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now I can stop judging them and saying, oh, why did you shoot? Why are you doing that? Because I didn't offer him anything.
Right.
Nothing. And it's not to say there's not the parents need to be stepping up their game, but that movie made us as a society stop and say, whoa, wait a minute. There's more than, you can't just, it is the parents, and it is the kids, and there is no excuses, but
yeah, the environment's pretty tough.
When you put the foot on the neck, now we got a whole other beast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, that was definitely one I was
like,
like, oh, I'm inspired. Like, this is, wow, who is this guy? What's his
that
director?
inspired me. Yeah. I mean, I actually, I haven't seen nothing like it since. Well, take that back. The one with Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett.
It's not Dead Presidents. That's not Dead Presidents.
No, the other one. Where they robbed the bank.
Is it Dead Presidents?
You guys know what is it called?
Hold on, I'll look at my phone.
Oh man, what's it called?
Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett.
Set it off. I got it. Minister Society. Set It Off was it? That's it.
Yeah.
That movie, the soundtrack, I mean, everything was them two together parallel. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Amazing work. And so anyway, so much for that. And West Side Story, well, even though it was a play, but that was another one of my favorites. Because it was Latino and we're like, wait, what? Latinos, what? And now Parasite and I loved not Hunger Games, the ones with the look of red light, green light, 1, 2, 3.
Who?
Something game. What's
Not
it
the
called?
Hunger.
No, it's an Asian guy that wrote it. Something game.
Oh, the Squid Game.
That's it. Squid Game.
I didn't watch any of those.
You didn't? I
No.
was like, whoa. I mean, I'll leave it at that. If you want to see something, those are things to see. All of those are things to see.
Yeah,
So,
those make me
anyway,
nervous.
You
Those
see
like
5.
that make me nervous.
Why?
Oh, when people start competing, because I feel we're already there with like Survivor and all. I mean, where is the line where it's like, okay, let's just get some terminally ill people who got nothing to live for, and let's throw them on an island, and so they can get enough money for their families. Here, you get a couple of $1 million and you swim through the sharks and do this, and you're gonna die anyway, right? I mean, how close are we?
Yeah,
and there will be people sitting there going, God, I want to watch it this week.
Yeah, but I've always wanted to interview that director because I'm going to guess there are people, and I know people for a fact when I did counseling, I know there are people who actually will put up their house for gambling. Like, it's real.
Yeah, think about it. Drugs, people do weird stuff. I mean, come on. Yeah. No. You don't even terminally ill
that's the
people.
only
Like, we
reason
got a
why I
crack addict. What are you willing to do for some crack? You got 10 people. How many are you willing to stab? I'll stab all 10. Great. I want to see it this week, you know? Yeah, no.
Right. So you never know. Yeah. Well,
yeah, I get weirded out.
I mean, I love all genres. I can, as long as it's well done and it's creative, I love it. You know, I love it. I don't care what it is because I believe all creativity should be expressed.
I am totally down with that. I'm like, I just don't want to watch it. I'm like, good.
Right,
do it.
I got you.
I'm there. I've got your back, but I'm good. I don't need to see it. Like, once again, liver.
Well, you're like me.
Some people like liver. I don't need to eat it. Rock on though. You enjoy it.
Yeah, you're like me. I don't watch too many movies either. I don't watch many. So when I do, it's like, what? She's watching what? It's a miracle because I don't want nothing to inspire me for my writing. Some people say, no, you need to watch more films and you need to be a film buff. And I was like, why?
Nah, I put on the same thing and I'll let it run over and over again. The Big Bang Theory. We've watched it. I don't know how many times. We just let it run through on Netflix.
Right.
Then we'll start
Really?
over again because I can sit because I'm not really watching it. It's just on. It's background. So I either write or I do work through it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't know. I love all things film. I think it's our one source of getting things out. I spoke to the director. He came to our class the other day of Birds of Passage.
Nice.
Ooh, amazing. Ooh, oh my gosh. I love it. And there's a pinch of my little ancestors there from the Andes, Native Americans, Amazon. But it's amazing. Okay, so last question. How do we find you on social media?
You can go to Marc Morales on Facebook, or you can go to on Facebook. Or you can get me on Instagram, Marc Morales. It's MarcMorales. And
M-A-A-R.
MarcMorales, and I think it's 891. I'll check it right now on my Instagram. Marc Morales 891, I believe it is. Let me see. That's not it.
That's not it.
No. You might be right. Hold on, I'm checking something else.
I tried to find you. I was like, Mark, where are you? There was like 10,000 Marc Moraleses. I was like, really? Is this popular?
It's 8. It should be 891. Yeah, it should be Marc Morales 891. I'm almost positive.
Marc Morales 891. So that hopefully is right, guys. If not, I'll have to figure it out and send it to you on Facebook, on my Facebook. Check those out. Facebook, Marc Morales, Instagram, and make sure you go to the website and check out the movie. It's only $5, people. You can sit with don't sit with your kids, but you can sit with your hubby on a date night, have some popcorn, and watch it from the comforts of your own home. You know,
if you're in the legal states, you can roll a joint and smoke it there because there is some pot in the movie. It all goes together. It's pretty good. Oh, you can also get us on our other Facebook page. 521 North Main Street Movie has its own page. High Five Man's Productions has its own page.
Yes.
I think Lead Mix Department Store has its own page.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We have a YouTube page. High Five Man's Productions has a YouTube page also.
Oh, okay. High Five and
Productions.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a YouTube page right there.
Awesome. So I want to thank all my viewers too for hanging out with us again. You guys are awesome.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Where are you? In London?
I'm in London. My viewers are in New York right now.
All right, let's plug Eurovision. Our marketing, our head of marketing, Joan, Vision. So, hey, Eurovision. There you go.
Hey, Joan, what's up? Where's she at in London?
They're, I think, in Sweden right now, getting ready for Eurovision. But they were just in London. I have a friend, Esther, who manages a restaurant somewhere in London. I don't know where. I wish I would have known.
Yeah, for sure. Hang out with me for 1 second while I say goodbye to everybody.
You got it.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being with us today again, as always. You guys are awesome. What do you call it? Make sure you tune in for next week as well. I didn't look and see whose guest is up there, but it'll be somebody good. I promise you that. We have, what do you call it? I need you to make sure it's daylight savings next week. Wow. Yeah, but I have Sierra Lynn Riddle coming up, and we'll be talking about how she saved her child from cancer in doing herbal medicine instead of regular therapy. It's been like 11 years. So that will be interesting. Make sure you share this video because there may be some little inspiring filmmaker out there that may want to be inspired. And I think that Marc Morales is definitely an inspiration. We thank you so much, Mark, for coming and checking us out. And I'll see you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hang out with us. Do not go anywhere. Ready? All right. Bye.